Happy New Year, guys. It's the start of March, which means one thing: it's show season in a few days. For me, it's in 2 days. For my own vintage clubs crank up, it'll show to start the season off. So I got 2 days to get the trailer up and ready and to finish off the Argo. Should be doable. There's not much to the trailer. Over the winter, spent some time on it, stripped it all down, give it a good paint, top and bottom, actually flipped it over. The old suspension units were starting to show their age, being 41 years old. So they came off. I put some brand new ones on there, and as well I moved them back about 2 foot, just because when it was just the Argo on there, to get the nose weight, to get the trailer to drop, it's pretty much touching the ram on the front, and one wrong slip and I'd go straight through the ram. So pushing them back, a bit more balance. Got nose weight now as well. So I use my jockey wheel. If you remember before, it was always tail weight and she was lifting when she was empty. But no, she's done. So I'm going to get the magic box on today, get the ram on, all the airlines on, all the electrics back on, get her working, and she'll be ready. Then we'll spend some time on the Argo, greasing it up and doing the axles. So these little air bottles, like I said, if I'm using the blue van, I'll be alright because she's got air. If I'm using any other of the tow vehicles, none of them have got onboard compressors, so at least I'll have onboard air on the trailer to flip it up and down. And there we have it, as if by magic, literally 2 seconds later, she's finished. If only life was that easy. So the magic box is on, the ram is on, airlines are there, electric connections are all there as well. She's all done. One small problem, which I kind of expected, because the axles are 2 foot further back, the pivot point is further back. So when I tip it up, the trailer goes up higher at the front. It's a bit of a steeper angle, but it's okay. I've just put the Argo up there now, wouldn't have been no problem at all. Obviously the Argos can take 45 degrees. This is about 20, I'm guessing, if that, so no problem whatsoever. But because it goes higher, these pre-wired lines I had, which were 1 metre and they were spot on the right length, because the ram goes higher, are now too short. So I was going to fabricate a bracket just to hold them both on there onto the ram, but I have to change my plans. Only a couple of inches short, so I may just make a longer bracket, or just put the bracket on the secondary hitch or something. No big problems. Just for now, when I tip it up all the way, I just have to disconnect the electrics, otherwise they'll probably self-disconnect and rip themselves out of the connections. But no, she's done. So I've got pressurised air in both of the tanks. I turn up to the same as the van, so 200 psi each. So with these beer gas bottles, this thread here isn't standard, and because it's not standard, it's expensive. So just this brass shank with the nut and the poly washer, it's about 14 quid. So when I had the balls for free, I thought I was under a winner, but not so good, but it's still okay. So the thread that was on them was a 1/4 inch UHF, really fine thread. Obviously all air fittings over here are BSP, so just cut it off, tapped it, so I put my tap and die set over it just to make it a 1/4 BSP. A little bit of PTFE thread, wound the tail on, no problems at all. So when it's been charged off the van, I just use a normal PCL connector straight on by there. Air goes in, obviously you open the tap, it's pressurised now, so just blew the bag over. So you just fill it up. Obviously when I'm using tools, they'll need a male connector to go onto it. So what I've done, made a little double-ended. Who doesn't like a double-ended female? So all I can do, just connect that straight onto there. With one hand isn't as easy as always. Make sure that's on, I don't want to throw it across the fence. So now when I open up, she's on. And I can just pop it off and we're good to go. So the plan was to actually buy 2 of these, both tanks, bit of pipe between and keep them live full time. I may do that at some point, but the price is putting me off because I'm tight. But it does the job for now, so just a fraction over finger tight is enough for those poly washers. So what I can do, just take one off there, put it on the other side. So there you have it, she's all done. Pull the sticker on the magic box too, just my QR code, just to make it look a bit more fancy. But we're all good. You may notice I got a bright orange ratchet extension strap here. One small problem I had when I built the trailer, I bought these really fancy shackles, weld on, all singing, all dancing. Oh yeah, they do 10 ton or 5 ton, whatever it's supposed to be. First outing, put the Argo on, use my 5 ton ratchets, put it properly tight. And this front one, you can see it's not as round as the others. I actually ripped it out of the holder. So they're probably good for DIY, but they're nowhere near 5 ton, let alone 10 ton. So they were from over here, they weren't a Chinese special, but they're still usable. I can use it for small stuff on the trailer, but not for the Argo. So what I can do is obviously put the hooks of the tie straps into the front of the box section. But obviously my magic box is in the way this side. So I got these ratchet extensions. These are rated at 5 ton as well. I've looped it round the 2-inch bar through the loop. So all I can do is put a D-shackle through there onto my ratchet straps and we're good to go. Because the last thing I want is it to fall off, it'll cause damage, break, and I'd be upset. But no, that's the trailer done. Get the Argo up in the air now, get the air jack out, lift it, do the tyres, and do all that fun. See you soon, guys.